What is going on, everybody? It is Ebontis here, and this is hopefully going to be a guide to help you guys through the Hawkmoon mission Harbinger. And this is kind of the one that's going to get you your random rolled weapons. It is a 1270 mission, so if you're coming in this thing at low level, my advice, for one, try and level up a bit more, and two, especially if you're under leveled, bring a group. My goal is to try and do this thing solo flawless, to put this guide out here to give you guys ideas of what to look for, how to tackle this thing, because hopefully if I can manage this one on my own, hopefully this guide will help you if you're doing this even as a group. But you can get new rolls. I got opening shot on mine, so not too shabby. I got polymer grip, which is just a little handling, and I've got corkscrew rifling for a little range, stability, and handling. So mine's kind of like a decent roll. There's probably ones that are a little more specialized. This gun already has great stats to begin with, though, so you're not really lacking when it comes to aim assist or recoil direction. Range is pretty high already. So overall, it's a good weapon and the damage works. The only thing, the way I'm setting up my build personally for a solo run, I'm not unfortunately going to use it. Now, there's different ways you could set this up because you're going to have arc, solar, and void shields in here, and you're going to have match game to deal with. So the thing about match game, you definitely need to match the shields. Now, wherever you look for an exotic, say you want to run hard light here to manage all of those shields. It's not a bad option, promise you. It's actually not. But then you can't use Hawkmoon. I'm using Xenophage for bigger damage output for bosses and a couple champions and things of that nature. Again, can't use Hawkmoon. So while Hawkmoon is fun to use and there are some triumphs to use it, going on a solo flawless run, my advice is to probably find other options and just try and bring a hand cannon. Now, why do I feel like I have to have a hand cannon? You need unstoppable, and there's two ways to do it. You can either do it with the hand cannon, which is one of the options, or if you go into the season pass, at least right now, because I'm recording this on January 19th while we're still in season of hunt, you can technically do it with a shotgun, but this is probably a little more risk than I would ask yourself to get into, especially if you're going for a solo flawless run. So again, we come back to probably the hand cannon is going to be your option. So if you got something, use it. This is one that's going to be valid for at least one more season. The Trustee, if you've got one from the Raid, if you got Steady Hand from Iron Banner, there's going to be a few kinetic options out there. Doesn't really matter the speed as long as you're just comfortable using it. You are going to need Void no matter what you do. You are going to need a lot of Void shields killed. There's a lot of Taken Acolytes in here, and just a lot of Void shields from Wizards as well. There's a few of those. So between those, you're going to need a pretty consistent amount of Void damage. Now, there are sometimes you're going to need some range as you go through certain areas. So it's not ideal to have, say, a pulse rifle or a bow or a scout rifle in your kinetic category as well, so you can swap to it. Or even swap through here, because I'm running double primary again, because we always seem to have to do this. Down here, I have Xenophage. A couple reasons. One, you do have some solar shields. You've got some captains, some big boys there to deal with, and those are nice to take out quickly, especially in the final boss room. It's not a bad thing to have on you. You've also got arc shields. This is where I'm running Striker. So for me as a Titan, I've got 2 grenades. So I've got 2 pulse grenades. Those are going to be able to hit a good spread of enemies. Definitely should be able to manage breaking shields. But the main thing is you need to manage all 3 types of damage in some way. Now, it's not a locked loadout situation like a Nightfall, so you can switch guns in and out. So if you have 3 different things here you like, I'm like, oh, I'm up to Arc. I could totally switch over to Uriel's Gift, use that one. If I want to go Void, I could go here. I could switch over to RTKs and I just run auto rifles all day long. Totally could do that. That's fine. Most of the time, you're probably going to need this, though. Now, that being said, if you're okay switching around quite a bit, some people are going to be more viable on that than others, especially if you're on older consoles. That's still very slow. If you're on PC, it's sometimes viable, but also if you're going for flawless solo and you're in your inventory and die, it's going to kind of suck. So switching is only viable at certain points, I would say, and this is one of those that you'll probably want up more frequently, especially when you get to the end. So all of that intro out of the way, I'll kind of point some things out as we go, but that's why I'm running with the setup that I am. I'm running with a pretty stacked setup as well. So this is armor that I've just like masterworked previously. So I've got Protective Light from Charge with Light, which is a good way to help you stay alive. So I've got Supercharged, I've got Stacks on Stacks, so I've got like 4 Charge with Light that I can have, and then Protective Light if I get to the point where I need to use that. I've got that one. Shield Break, you're going to be breaking a lot of shields in here. Obviously, match game, it's going to happen a lot. And then I've got reactive pulse for those rare melees. Now, the way the mission is set up right now, I don't know if this is going to rotate. So, if it changes, I will try and do another one of these. It is 1270, I'm 1269. If I was just a little bit higher, it would be great to at least match it. But the higher above 1270 you are, the better this is going to be. If you're like 1280, it's probably going to feel different than even 1270. You've got Memory of a Golden Age, incoming solar and environmental damage is increased. So solar damage is going to hurt, and then there's like knights that spray fire, including the boss. It will kill you next to instantly, so the fire is avoid like the plague. Match game, discussed that already. You got to match shields. You've got chaff on this one, which is radar's disabled, and you're about to laugh on the next one. You've also got empath, enhanced radar. I have enhanced disabled radar, so take that for what you will. And you've also got increased damage from melees, so don't let anything get in too close to you. Couple swipes from thralls, you're probably going to die. This is basically blackout. It's just a bad way to look at it. Either way, chaff and empath, these two should not be on the same one. That's why I'm honestly wondering if there are going to be random modifiers on weekly basis, so it could be different. Finally, do have unstoppable champions, hence the requirement for the hand cannon. Big intro out of the way, and of course I can redo this one later. Solo flawless attempt number 1. Here we go. Alright, so when you load in, basically what you have to do is go into the Tross land, jump up into this little area, and there's this fireplace. If people haven't shot a hole in it already, I'd be surprised. And this is the little switch you use to kind of activate it the first time. Once you've done that, and you're actually in the mission, you'll kind of come under here and work your way down. There's a little kind of gap in a wall that's pretty easy to miss once you get kind of down in here. So just work your way down here through these little crevices and openings. Work our way forward. There's a triumph to do this in 15 minutes. I'm not trying to do that while I solo it. So once you fall down, there's a little like, you know, kind of looks like a little setup back there, but you honestly just need to go right here. We're going to work our way up. So here we'll hit a switch, open this door, and then we'll do a little bit of a couple jumps. It's not as bad as you think. It's pretty straightforward, actually. It's not like the 0-hour whisper jumping puzzle or anything crazy. You're going to have this guy out here, so just kind of watch out for him at first. Take him out. Probably a little bit of a damage check to see if you'll survive. You can jump on this. Jump over here to where the guy was actually standing. And then what you're looking for is this lit up tree branch right here. That's the one you're going for. So as you fall down, try and line yourself up on it. Kind of get a little gradual glide. And just try and straddle it with your feet. Come out here to the tip. And what we're going to do is try and land down here on that ledge. Don't have to go too far. Don't have to go crazy across. Just down here to this little ledge. And if you can make it to the first little drain, it's probably almost easier. Like here. But that's about all you need to get to is right here. If you swoop off and fall, you just got to practice the jumps. So from here, run over to the third drain. Come on up. And then from here, what we're going to do is come on over here. Land about here. It's not too bad. And we're going to jump up a couple tiers. And then up again. Now, we're going to go right in this little cubby hole. If you jump around, and inside we go. What's up, Maru? How you doing? Gonna get a shout out from Maru in chat, guys. Thank you very much. Co-host of the Filler podcast. Very nice gentleman there. So as you walk through, this is where you're going to start to see your enemies. They're at 1270. Take it slow. Be patient if you're going slow, flawless. Patience is key. Step out, things are going to spawn, so you can step back and see where things are. First group tends to be over here to the left. Now I got a good group there. Get my grenade working. There are a lot of goblins in this thing, and they will be doing what they do best as taken goblins do, shielding the crap out of everything. So, anytime that you can try and kill the goblins before they're doing shielding, it's important, because most of what you're going to be facing is stuff that wants to kick your butt, and if it's shielded, you can't kill it. Now, that's the first emissary. There's 3 of these that you have to kill in this whole area. So again, just stay safe back here. A couple of these guys are going to get a bit aggressive. Now, that's the issue. He's shielded right now. I can't do anything about him, so I'm going to wait a second. Gather my health. This is not at all a speedrun. This is what I was talking about. Taking acolytes, you need void shields a lot. Now, I got heavy ammo on the ground. I'll pull out a little bit and use it. If I can break that shield, a couple shots, honestly, will put this one to bed. As soon as the shield goes up, you don't need to hit it anymore. There you go. Once the shield is up, you're done. You basically have to take each one of these in phases. Now, you're going to start to see some snipers up above. This is where it gets to be a little tricky, to be completely honest. My loadout is just not great for these few because a couple of them have some ranged shots at you. But they're always going to be up on these tiers, so be careful as you work to them. Honestly, something like this, it's worth the one bullet of Xenophage to kill it quick and painlessly, as opposed to taking a bad death. Now, as we're going solo flawless, I'm going to try and be a little more cautious than I probably would be as I look for some of these ads. Going to have one peek in here. So again, same thing. If I jump up, try and get something between you and then. Peek out and take my shots where I can. Cool. Nice thing about Xenophage, its range is pretty stellar, so you can get some things fairly far away. Reload just to make sure I'm squared up. Still got one more up here. Now, just because I tend to get turned around in here, I'm going to die just by talking. Unless I'm going to go in a door, I tend not to shoot it. But I want to clear out all the snipers in here so I don't walk out into any more than I have to. So there's one. One of the areas you're going to go to. Another one's going to be up high. Now here's your second emissary. This one's going to be, obviously, trying to remember, like Centurion, I think is the right name of him. He's going to have your arc shield. You're also going to have a lot of guys over there to the left. Now, once again, you get the damage out on him. Try and get the damage on him quick so you can get the shield up, and that way you don't have to deal with too many of these that can nearly kill you. Now, he should basically kind of get out of dodge fairly quickly. Be careful. Check anything that spawns behind you, like this guy, because the emissaries do tend to spawn more of these. You got to go jump in his little bubble, take him out that way. Then always be cautious. If you run out of heavy ammo or you're running low on heavy ammo and you're like, oh, I don't know about... You don't need the unstoppables right now. I can totally pull out my bow, work this guy slow, and pick him off. Now again, there's another guy waiting down here. They kind of have a couple sitting outside the little portals. Shoot him in the toe if you have to. And then we'll come up to the third one. Third one, as you proceed forward, is going to be up here, and it's going to be a fire knight. Take a knight with a fire shield, or solar I should say. So I tend to, again, like to have the high ground. Gives you a little bit of defense up top. Now really all you need to do is hit him about once with Xenophage. It's really not too bad. But again, the shields from all the goblins will slow down your progress if they get a shield on them. So for a little bit, and again, as you have the high ground, again, it's nice to see heavy ammo dropping. If the taken knight is actually firing his like floating black ball of doom at you, he's not going to do as much as he's got to fire up. And that's a nice thing from being up here. He's not firing it at you. A little harder to dodge. These guys get to be annoying. But that one is harder to go up at that angle. Again, pulse grenades are kind of valuable, depending on if you can hit him or not. Shatter that shield, hit him about 3 or 4 times. And again, if you can get him to leave, just like that shield comes up, you'll tend to clear some things out. Once he leaves, you might have some despawn, but you also might have a couple snipers show up, so be careful. Check your snipers, grab any ammo that didn't drop. So far, fairly smooth, nothing too crazy. Alright, so that's phase 1 of the emissaries. Phase 2 is going to be in some of these side corridors. Now, I tend to get disjointed, turned around in here. You do have numbers, though. 0 all the way up to, I think, 6 at the other side of the room. Most of them seem to be... 2 of them, I think, are elevated, and 1 of them is a side room. But what you're looking for are the rooms with those little black taken dots on them so you can go inside. One of them we were working on. First one's right here. And if you need a label marker, this one is right past the 2 turbine. So if you're looking at 2, come over here. This is one of them. If you look up there, you're going to probably see a 3 at about that turbine. Come on in. You're going to have some enemies that start spawning, so be careful. No need to push anything too quick. Couple guys floating up at the top. And whenever you get into each one of the rooms, you're going to see one of the emissaries. This one is going to be the Arc Emissary. So, when you come in here, you're going to have some Scions. He's usually tucked over here. He's really not too bad. Even a couple grenades is going to be fairly effective on him, as you can tell. Almost done nearly killing him now. If I can get a little damage on him. Oh. He's easy enough to kill with a couple grenades, if I don't miss my grenade, of course. Scions will split too, so they're ones to watch for. And if you really just got a hammer at home, it's an easy way to clean them out. Again, Scions won't split that much, but if they do, it's a good way to clear them out there. You're also going to have at least one sniper up top. If I don't suck at jumping, it would help. And that's actually the electricity from I think my exotic, or no, that's the Pracausal charge. So, also when you're in this room, if you're coming through this the first time, taking people through, you're looking for the Pracausal feathers. One of them is going to be right up here on this little catwalk. So, make sure you pick up the feathers. They're going to unlock the ship for you. Yeah, there's the charge with the light stuff. Again, don't pee in your inventory when you're going to die. Not a smart thing to do. Yeah, there's a lot of goblins in here. They get to be a little annoying. When you peek out of there, so I'm just going to grab ammo in that little orb just to show you there's nothing up here, so come back down. This is the first area. So go ahead and open this up. Second one is literally going to be across the way. I can't remember if you're above or below, so you're above this one. Got another Vandal. Take him out. And this will be the second side. Now, if you need a point of reference of where we were, so we're seeing 3 now. 2 was way back there. We came all the way up. We're coming across. This one, I think, is the wizard, if I remember correctly. Got a couple Thrall here. Wish I could actually get some heavy ammo drops, but so far, unlucky. What's up, Thrall man? Longest reloads in the world. Okay, so, see, told you guys I was confused. So this is going to be the way that you go through here. So, once you get into this kind of reservoir tower thingy, what you're going to want to do is keep jumping up for now. And there's a Pracausal feather up here as well. This is the second one for your run. You only can pick them up once a week. Once you're in here, you are going to have a Void Wizard. Not a big deal, but definitely one you're going to have to kind of manage. Now, the big enemies are off to the left. So if you want to throw a grenade over there, you can kind of get that started. They do have some void shields and stuff over there, so you probably won't be able to kill them if that wizard hides again. Only so much I can do about it. Alright, so wizard is down. You're going to have void shielded acolytes, and then you're going to have your solar shielded captain guy. This is where Xeno pays dividends big time. Knock him out. And then, if you want to keep going, we'll go over here. Gotta love the heavy ammo drops. Thank you, heavies. I've got ammo finder on, but heavy also seemed to be reasonably dropping in here. And that was a weird glitch that I had. Is like, some reason that one was not opening. So I gotta find another way to get in there. So we're gonna go around. Apparently I can shoot through it, but I can't go through it. If you come up here, just to show you guys what this is, the top level up here, basically there's not much up here. If you did the mission before, you'll remember tucked over here, this is like Crow's little kind of camp. You can see his sleeping bag. You can see his like cloth covering. Got a couple things in here, tools and stuff. So just a little Easter egg for the Crow. When you come back out, you are going to have some more ads, but if you do need some ammo, they're not really hard to kill. Just don't get overrun by the melee damage. And you'll notice half the guys do run away from you, so they're not as bad as you think. You just got to be cautious so you don't get smacked. So to exit how we came in, we're going to go here, back outside, and then we're going to go find the third door. So if we're at 3, continuing to proceed forward, hopefully I don't get myself too lost. Okay, perfect. Right over here to your left, and this one is going to be... I'm about to run out of ammo. Oh, there you go. Thank you. Need some void. Now again, do you need a bow in here? No, you can honestly use anything. I'll tell you guys when you actually need the specific... when you need the hand cannon, it'll be a little bit later. Whew. Things hurt. That's the emissary, so if you can break the shield, that's a good time to just kind of commit with Xeno and go for it. Now, if you don't have Xeno, Pit of Heresy is actually a really good thing to have. Now, those, like, orange bar taking acolytes hurt. And as you can tell, he's also shielded right now. Now, theoretically, I don't have to go into this room. I'm going to clear it out because there's one more feather I got to show you guys. But theoretically, if you've done this before, you don't have to. So you could just run. Now I can kill him. There we go. Give me a little ammo. Alright, so once you've come in here, this is where you'll be fighting them. This is kind of a back entrance. There's multiple ways to get around this place. If you keep coming through here, though, you'll basically have come full circle. So to show you guys where the feather is, I think I walked right past it before. Yep, it was in here. So you're in this room, actually. The feather is going to be right in here, tucked in. So you're going to go ahead and open this. Feather's going to be like tucked right over there. But yeah, if you come from the entrance, you can technically go this direction first. And then you should be okay. Because this is just the entrance to this area. Once you come up from the dam, you'll literally be popping up through here. And the only difference was I went right because I couldn't go left. But that's eventually where you're going to. So once you come back out and kind of go all the way down to the starting point, we're going to be heading off to the part that's probably going to get me killed, and that's going to have me do multiple runs. So if I do edit this together at some point, forgive me, but it just may have to happen. Now, down one of these long corridors, and I think it's back this direction if I remember correctly. Yep. So if you're looking at numbers, we're trying to head down in the numbers. Find a number. There's 2, 1. So head in, you know, down to a smaller number. This is going to be the door that you're going to be working on heading through. He's going to be the little guy blocking your entrance right here. Now, this is where you're going to want to make sure you do have your hand cannon because you're going to start to see your champions. To make sure that's ready. Make sure everything's reloaded so you're kind of good. If you want to wait for your super to be up, it's not a bad thing. I don't blame anybody for that. Because once you start the enemy spawning, there's really no turning back. And this is also where respawn restriction kicks into play. So you're not going to be able to, if you die, you've got to start this entire fight over. Once you go down and touch the center plate, things are going to start. Now, the first time I went through this, it felt a little different. But then when things start spawning, it seems to be a little consistent. So finding a decent place to hide, this is going to be one of the Centurions. I like to kill him pretty quick. Honestly, a grenade does a pretty good job. And then you've got a little bit of cover. Now, you're going to have unstoppable champions. Now, again, if you can take out the Centurions and not have to worry about too much else, you're in pretty good shape. I'm not saying this is the only option, but this is an option. So, now, theoretically, I have not actually ticked off. This is where switching can be a thing. There are unstoppable champions out there. There really are. So watch the snipes. They will definitely hurt. Now, if you knock them off ledges, I can't tell you how annoyed I am when I do that, but only so much one can do. I swear that guy's actually in a ledge, so if I can actually, like, get a grenade to kill him, you got one up top. And they won't typically... Oh, he actually popped back up where he's supposed to be. That one, I think, died. Okay, so that's the 3 of those. For now, there will be snipers that continue to spawn, so you gotta watch out. But we're definitely gonna have an unstoppable hanging out somewhere, usually in the middle. So pull up to this box and see what we've got for visibility. And again, Gnawing Hunger's not bad. It's not amazing at range, but you're going to be able to put some work in. I honestly thought there was an unstoppable champion up, but apparently not yet. So again, if you see unstoppables, that's where you got to be really careful. And that's why that switch, honestly, is very risky. And then as soon as you kill everything that spawns in each wave, you'll get the next set to spawn. So if anything's still up, you got to go find it. Alright, so that's probably going to do it. Again, try and find some cover. If you have center spawns, you're definitely going to have champions, so watch out for that. Now, depending on what spawns, you're going to have a decent amount of thralls. You've got a Ravenous Taken Captain over there. You've got a Taken Goblin. Those guys hurt. A lot. Not as concerned about some of the guys, but those Ravenous Taken Goblins really kind of suck. A lot, actually. So work your goblins from cover if you can. But again, if you don't push up, the Unstoppables won't really get too pissed off at you. If you stay back, it seems to work somewhat reasonably for my run. But honestly, this is kind of my first solo attempt, so we'll see how this goes. So there are going to be plenty of guys in the middle. That is like a circle of fun there in the middle. But again, use your grenades, stay patient, no need to rush anything here. You got a ravenous captain, you can kill him from far away. Go ahead and do it. Again, also the taken... Watch the walls too. There's the guy I was going to worry about. At some point he might come find you, so you just got to be ready. Now, using the outer rim will give you a bit of options, just be careful. Nice to have your super for that panic moment as well. If you need one, use one where you feel like you can clean some stuff out. Goblins continue to shield. Grab me a little ammo, so thanks for that. Now, I should have an unstoppable champion somewhere. As there's not too much else up, he actually is going to be fairly easy to manage kind of in a patient manner so I don't blow through all my ammo. So find him, tag him, and then put what damage you can in. I'm not going to go heavy right now. I totally could go more aggressive. Right now I'm playing a little more cautious because he's not that difficult to run away from. And again, just kind of keep pulling him and kiting him. If you guys don't know what I mean, it's kind of a older school term. Again, you can kind of melt him down. There's not much of a rush if you've got him isolated. If he's pursuing you around, you notice that I tend to run far enough, he won't keep following me. If you get back here, you'll tend to screw up their tracking. Give him a minute. You could always go hide up above if you need to. And then try and find a good line of sight on him. He's just chilling. Again, another grenade. Take your time here. Should be reasonable. He's getting low, but he's not quite there yet. I'm going to run across the middle, grab a little ammo. Should be good now. Reloaded. Same principle. If you can pull him up to the middle, find a good way to hit him. If he peeks. He's not as aggressive as I've seen other Unstoppables be. But once he's down, again, get out of the middle. Find yourself some cover. See what spawns. See what you got to manage. Also, watch above for snipers. Could be an issue. So I've got a Harbinger of Savathun over here. This is definitely going to be a void shield, so you want to watch out for those. Going to have some crawl, so be careful. And again, if you got to move, move. Now this is where it gets to be a little more urgent to be aggressive. This is also probably where it feels like I'm going to die. We got a lot of little ads. This is, again, that melee is an issue if they get close. And again, that's coming from the wizard. So taking out this wizard early is important so those little guys don't keep coming. So if I can get some work on this wizard, I'm going to try and kill it. And then here's a panic super. I'm going to be completely honest. That's just what that is. I'm going to hit him a little bit here just to see, because I've got my super up to see if I can get some damage. And then try and get out of here. This is not what I would call the best run, but so far we are technically still alive. So that's the overall goal. Nice little heavy drop. Ammo finder working. I've really got to kill those witches because they're really just getting to be annoying. Woo! That hurts. And again, using the outer rim as your cover is what's probably going to save you the most. And again, Xenophage against wizards puts out so much damage, it's not as big of a deal. Get a little shoulder charge kills there. I'm trying to worry more about the wizard now, and then I'll get to Unstoppable Boy later. Shields down. Okay. Oh, I'm so close to dead. Do not hit me. Do not hit me. I'm gonna die. If you can get a group of enemies, though, grenades work. And see if I can clear these little ads. And then go deal with Unstoppable over there. As long as you don't hit him, you're probably gonna be alright. So far, so good. Never said this was going to be fast. It's just going to work. Could have reloaded before I started that encounter, but wasn't paying attention. Give him some time. Get his buff off. Do it again. The other one's got to be... Yep, he's almost dead, too. Remember, don't forget about finishers. When you get them low, it's a nice way to knock it out. So that's phase 1. You're not done, though. Don't forget. We still got to go kill the big Harbinger guy in the crazy room of hell. But this is phase 1. Normally there you're going to get some Pracausal feathers. And that's part 1. Go around, grab any ammo. Got a decent amount of it, actually. And then we're going to work our way vertical and head on to the next phase. Now, I've still got Xeno. So that's still on me for damage. You're going to be facing solar shielded captains, which are going to basically kind of determine when you move to the next phase in the final fight area. But for the moment, since I don't need specifically a hand cannon, you're going to have some ranged enemies coming up. I am going to switch to a bow for this next jumping section. Yeah, I don't know how to call it. Phase 1, part 1 of the story, whatever you want to call it, but yeah. It's done in pieces. That's like the first major fight section. Then you got to do a little jumping puzzle action, and then we'll get to the second part of the fight. Now, when you jump out, go slowly. Can't tell you how many times I've literally screwed up the first step. So you can fall down here a little bit. Come on over, just be careful. And then you can jump across first. Be careful about adds, there's probably some up there. Be careful for all the taken blasters, so watch where you're going to land. Got a hobgoblin up there, so these are the snipers. Something with range that you're comfortable with. I just like a good bow. So it's always nice to have a reason to use a bow, so I'll take it. Thank God for clambering up on edges, because I would have fallen to my doom there. You are going to have some random taken eyes just out and about, so be careful about those. Come up here. And theoretically, you can jump across there and kind of crawl over. Me, I would prefer to just go for the jump, save myself some time. And just kind of smash into this little section here. Duck underneath. So it's up to you if you want to go safe. Don't do the jump if you're not feeling it. Just crawl underneath over where I showed you. It's an easier jump to hit. From here, we're going to jump here, and then it's deceiving. You don't want to actually go into the light. Jump up here on this. Try and wedge yourself against this wall. Just kind of walk around. If you feel like you don't feel comfortable walking, you got a pretty big landing over here around the corner. Duck underneath and just take this part slow. No reason to rush literally any of this. You are going to have an Acolyte down there. This is why, again, still got to have something void with reasonable range. Gnawing Hunger from last season works, but if you don't have Gnawing Hunger, you do have the option of the Void Scout Rifle from this season of the hunt, which is Royal Chase. It's another option. Not my favorite choice. The Gnawing Hunger feels a little better, but if that's all you've got, that's what you got to use. You're going to have a nice little Hobgoblin waiting for you over here. Every time you damage him, remember he's going to send out his shots. It's kind of suicide damage shots. There you go. Get to where you can stand up. Make sure you can run. You're going to jump into this little pillar here. And then I don't tend to stay there long. You can if you can comfortably land it. And then once you're here, you're good to keep going. Again, more Void. Usually knock him off a ledge. He may fall all the way down to his doom. It's fine. We're going to jump over there. You can make it. So just, you know, commit and go for it. However you float, floof, triple jump, whatever you got to do. And then come around the side. Yeah, if you got a Last Perdition, which I think that's the Pulse Rifle Slayer said in chat, that would work too. I don't even think I have a great one of those. I'm trying to stick with some newer weapons because I know things are going to get more and more sunset as we go. But it's the Last Perdition. I think it's a Pulse Rifle. It's definitely an option. Pulse has always got that good mid-balance range and accuracy thing going on. So from here, you're not going to go left. You can shoot these things, but we're actually going to head off to the right. We're going to come over here. and then do a quick little U-turn. Watch your ads. And then, of course, one guy shields the other, so you got to take out the goblin behind him. And then just watch those little shots that they take upon damage. Apparently, they're going to be generous with the ammo. Up here, you're going to have some ads that spawn. So you can honestly come right up here, let them come at you. They might not even come at you. If you got a grenade, you might be able to catch some of them over there. There we go. Pissed them off enough. Watch the blasters. Kind of time your run through. Up here, you're going to have a wizard, so be fast on the damage. Be ready with Void. Again, watching your blaster action all around. You're going to be headed over there, so be careful. You can pick him off first. This is, again, bows. Some doing the range. I just like my bows. Juke that one in the end. Wait for that one. We're going to land over here and work towards this next section. Gonna have some enemies. You got one more sniper. You can have some that spawn up a little farther up there to the left. But it's nice to kill this guy first so you have a little less to worry about. Now what your goal is to probably jump up here and then jump over there where that ammo pack is. Also that ammo pack, I may have missed one of the feathers. Damn. That ammo pack is where one of the feathers is. I may have missed another feather set. Now, this is going to be another unstoppable, so if you got to switch back, it may take you a second, but you got plenty of cover to do it from. Now, I have ammo sitting over here, so I can be a little more... If you want to take it slowly and you want to save your heavy ammo for the boss room, believe me, it's not a bad idea at all. You can just take this a little slower, put your damage in when you can, and then finish him up. Once you get him low enough, don't waste any more ammo and just put in a finisher. So this is the boss room right here. So I did miss one feather or one Pracausal feather. I will probably have cropped it in, so it may look a little weird when I put it in there, but I'll probably have to put that in a little bit later. Just means I got to run this again later on to find it. I do have a run where it's at though, so it's not too hard to find. It's pretty obvious, but when you come in here, basically what's going to happen, you're going to have a lot of ads that spawn. A lot of goblins are going to be shielding the boss. Once the boss gets to his immunity phase, he's going to duck out for a bit. You're going to have basically a continuous set of acolytes that spawn, and then you're going to have one captain on each side. The captains kind of keep the ads spawning, so your focus is to clear the ads kind of quickly, and then make a push for each captain. Captains are going to have solar shields, hence why I'm digging on Xenophage still, and then most of the acolytes are going to be void. Outside of that, there should not be any unstoppables. So at this point, anything you feel comfortable at this point is really up to you. You could use a shotgun on the boss, but honestly, he smashes and you don't want to die that way. If you're feeling something like a pulse rifle, if you want to go a little more damage with a sniper rifle, for example. Somebody said Arbalist won't work. Yeah, Arbalist doesn't matter. It's match game. Pretty much however you feel comfortable in here, it's up to you. So if you're like, I need to put out a little bit more damage, I need to work a little bit more from range, you're going to be using probably your Gnawing Hunger most of the time, or your Void Scout Rifle, whatever it is, because once you break the shield, then you've got to run up. So having even something, maybe a submachine gun to manage some of the ads if you get close, just always be able to break those Void shields and then kill them pretty quickly. Maybe use something like this for damage on the boss, because my hand cannon got some use, I'm going to leave it, but it's not anything that's required to stay here at this point, because you should be done with champions. Once you push up, things will spawn, and chaos will ensue. You can't really push back any farther once everything kicks off, but this is a somewhat safe area to work in, so... Now that fire is going to sting a lot, and these are the goblins that I said will be shielding a lot. So, until all the chaos of all the blasters start, these are somewhat safe places to be up here. Now, you got to watch out for the fire, make sure you're not standing in it for any ledge or anything, so be careful about that. But if you feel like this is where you got to take out the boss slowly but slowly, just do it. That fire will roast you very quickly, so make sure your health is back up before you peek out, just because it's going to hurt a lot. And again, if you got a decent amount of grenades to use them, because they're a good way to pump out damage. You don't even have to be out there. Maybe peek the rocks a little bit. But if he's shooting fire on one side, kind of lets you know he's going to be putting fire on the other side. And if you got a group of ads down there doing their thing, take them out. And just, this is the patience part. You can do the fight from the front of the room as well if you feel more comfortable, but the high ground for me just gives me a bit more of a comfort feeling up top. Now, if you feel like you want to speed the process along, Zeno puts out some damage, but, you know, I would save my ammo for the point that you're going to need it against the captains. And just whittle him down. Now, he's going to get shielded every so often. There's only so much you can do about it. So you're going to have to change position. Work on the goblins. Find some cover back here in the fire, so just be careful about that. Now again, my bow honestly may be better here, just because it gives me a bit more damage at range. And if I can one-hit half of these guys, it's going to make my life a little easier. Probably going to take 2 taps, but it's still not bad. Slowly but slowly. Alright, so I did enough damage. Now is when the chaos begins, because you're going to have ads that spawn both sides. When you start seeing the acolytes, you know what's happening. I tend to want to take out the left side first, because then you can come around the back side of the right. So for now, what I'm going to work on is killing this guy up top, getting a nice shot on him. Get a clear path to run up top. You'll notice there's a lot of taken blasters up here. I had a really bad jump there for some reason. There's usually 2, so sometimes they spawn together, but they will spawn a lot of acolyte eyes, so be careful about that. Now that fire is going to burn, and they're going to launch me in the air, so cute. That's why the little taken blasters make this kind of chaotic. So depending on what's going on down here, oh my god. And again, don't forget about your super. It's probably your best way to survive in a worse spot. Now I can actually see the captain here. If I can take him out here, that would be amazing. Got him. Sometimes you might get that shot, but believe me, it may not be there. That's why I went to the upper deck. There's a bit of a pucker moment there for a moment. Probably shouldn't have survived that one, but once one side is cleared, it gets to be a bit more manageable. You'll have less of these up top and less to worry about. Once one side goes down, you can manage the other one. Big thing is just trying to find a shot on your captain, because he's likely going to be shielded. So you're just trying to find a point. And again, you could stay at the beginning. That's what some of my chat is saying. They had more luck kind of picking everything off from one side to the other. I'm just showing you what can work. I'm not saying this is the only way to make it happen. The backside is actually more open than you think, though. It's really not as bad back here as you would expect. So if you can come up here and kind of tuck into this little section, it's actually not a bad way if you can go for Zeno. Just hammer him home, and then you just got to clear the ads after that. So that's why the back is a little bit of a risk, but it did make it pretty easy for me to get to him. So from here, I can totally come around to the front, have a little more safety, watch my cover. Just be careful. It's also a good time to pick up ammo if you feel like you've got any on the ground around that's worth picking up. Once the boss is back up, it's a little harder to be mobile. So we're probably getting pretty close. I don't think I've got too much left. But if the boss doesn't come back, you're missing somebody. It's usually all it is. Alright, so we're probably pretty close now. I would guess. Oh, nope, got a straggler. Couple. Come on, guys. Don't make my life that difficult. There we go. Once you hear the spawns, he's coming back for round 2. Usually going to land about in the middle. If I can get some grenade damage on him, that'd be nice, but that was just kind of a waste. So again, you can sit back here and I can pick arrows into his head if I want to. Now, as you're the only one back here, you do want to move where you're standing, so you're not always going to have fire like on your feet. Ow. And again, I'm going to go for the upper high ground just to give me a little better shots on him. And gives me a better angle if goblins get in the mix. Ooh. That stings. There's a lot of options. Somebody's saying in chat you can use Borealis as a sniper because you can switch between Arc, Solar, and Void. Definitely an option. Now you need Unstoppable, so just make sure you have that covered. Ow. Get a little verticality so I can take out some of those goblins since they're shielding each other like mad. Now, I've got a decent amount of heavy ammo, so I kind of want to make a push on his damage right now. Reloading would be a good idea before I do that. This is what you get for live commentary when you screw up. Just in the moment, be like, oh yeah. I can just put a whole clip into him and probably get him most of the way down. Because I know I have a brick right below me, I'm not as concerned that I'm going to run out. And again, if you feel like you're just getting overrun with fire, just keep moving. It's going to help send that fire to a different spot. Now, the goblins don't stop coming, so they're always going to be there, but if they're shielding him, they're the issue. If they're shielding each other, they're really not that bad. They're just annoying. He's got to get under the 3rd, so the first time it's a little higher. This time it's when it almost gets down to the common his name. Akorith? What is his name? I gotta read it again. Akorith, I think is what it is. Light Drinker of Savathun. So, that's what he's doing. Grenade somehow just completely whiffed everybody. That's beautiful. I kind of just want to send him out, so I'm going to do that. See if he will leave, which he will. Some of the ads are still going to be here, so my ammo grab is not going to happen quite right now. And same thing, watch for the ads on the left up top. Akorith. Okay, yeah, I thought I was reading it right. I'll watch for the Acolyte Eye. There's probably another one up there as well. Make sure my Xenophages are reloaded because I'm going to push on the captain on the left. Also looks like some heavy ammo got literally thrown my way, so that's not horrible. It's just a bad grenade throw. So again, if I can get him from back here, but right now he's immune. I know I've got some ammo. I've got plenty of heavy. Oh, see, now there's a point where if I get too much damage, go run back and hide. Because I've waited too long to get up there. So they are going to keep spawning until you make that push. So once you clear them out, be kind of ready to go. Kind of like this. Oh, I'm out of ammo. What? Oh, God. Well, that's not great. Yeah, he's very much shielded back there. See if I can kill some of those ads. Get him unshielded. It's really hard to hit, but theoretically I can hit him. Come on. I need one more shot on him. There we go. All right, he's down on the left. I can't believe I have no ammo. This is ridiculous. I need void ammo. Gotta make the gamble out here. This is kind of a problem. This is a very weird problem. Pretty much my best chance at this point is honestly just pop my super. That ought to give me some ammo. Clear out some of these dumb guys down here. Grab some more ammo. and then pull it back. So I'm good on heavy now. Now I just got to play it safe and not die by stupid stuff. Think about the taken blasters. If you land from very high up and I was in my super like that, I could have taken enough fall damage and died. So that's why that's also a problem. Alright, so I'm going to go around the backside again because that really does work for me. Because out front, it is just chaos. So again, what you're trying to just find is an angle on Big Boy. Again, try and get back. You can, again, come back here. Watch the ads that are killing you. Lots of them want to. We're so close to. I don't want to screw this up now. There we go. Nice clean run there. Little hiccup in frames, but that's just Destiny and PC being funny. Now we can just work our way down. Crap load of Acolyte Eyes. Oh my god. That's why that area is so risky up there. Almost there, guys. Almost there. Alright, so we're good. We got him spawning back. Now I'm just going to go back, find some cover, put Xenophage into him until he dies. Should be pretty clean. Hit him with a grenade, maybe. Probably won't even touch him. Done! There we go! Without dying. Doing it solo, and doing it solo without dying. Finished. Now, that was a long run, but it's done. Now, if you hadn't done this before, you would be getting your 2 Hawkmoons. You would get the Catalyst your first time, and then you're also going to get, what's the other? Oh, some more Pracausal feathers in there too. So that is it. So first try on my solo flawless. Patience, honestly, it's not too bad. Now you guys at least know what to expect, where to look. So managing the Unstoppables in the big circular room is something to watch. If you can kill the Centurions quickly, the little floating orbs of the purple orbs of doom won't get you quite as bad. In here, just play it safe. Don't rush anything. I tend to use that left side, go around the back. The main captains are the key to making sure the ads stop spawning. Once all the ads are down, he's going to come out. Managing heavy ammo helps. I mean, I did have... I had ammo finder, reserves, scavenger. So, I mean, put as much as you can on heavy ammo help that you're going to get. And other than that, just take it slow. Biggest thing I can say about all this. So hopefully you guys found this guide helpful. I will try and clip in that other piece about that other feather that I did miss. It's pretty obvious if you're going through. It's kind of one of those that's almost hard to miss. Thank you guys very much. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like below. If you guys are new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button and the alert bell, especially if you made it this far into the video. And you can also find me on Twitter and Twitch. It's Ebontis on those as well. So thank you guys very much. Hopefully you guys tune in for the next video, and I'll see you soon.